Hi, everyone. I am here with James Denton. Hi, James.
Hey,
And we are incredibly proud of Good Witch and our remarkable 13-year run. And just want to say thank you to all our fans, the goodies who have made the show so special. And we hope you tune in to watch the series finale. We have a couple questions that Hallmark Channel sent our way, so we should just
oh,
get started. You ready, James?
I'm so bad at this. But yeah,
I know
I'll put
you
my
are
glasses
not.
on so I can see. I'll do my best.
Good. Awesome. I try not to stump you, okay? Nothing embarrassing, nothing weird, maybe. I mean, I might.
Well, then why are
Okay.
we here? We're not going to do
Exactly. That
this.
sounds so boring.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. First question. For the past 7 seasons, the viewers have enjoyed watching Cassie and Sam's love story, otherwise known as Sassy, unfold throughout the series. What was a favorite storyline that both of your characters were involved in? Ooh, I have one.
Right?
I immediately thought of the recent one, the recent stuff that Sam and Cassie are going through. Like they finally hit some problems, which was kind of unusual for us, but real for life, right?
It's funny. That
And
was that was one of the two I thought of immediately. The Pinky Promise one. Yeah,
yes,
I promise that we won't get too busy and all that stuff. And then that's
yeah.
exactly what Sam does. And yeah, we that was yeah. Those are my two favorite storylines. Are the ones where we had that conflict. The other ones from
Right.
season one, we had that great fight in Grey House when I said, "You're killing people." Basically, I said, "You're not a doctor."
Right.
Yeah,
I
it was
forgot about
intense,
that.
and it was the
Yeah.
far and away the best storyline you and I had because it was very honest and really frustrating because you were frustrated with me, there was a great scene in the foyer where we were not nice to each other, but it worked really well. And then it's funny, the other one is when we were mean to each other in season 7.
And yeah, so our bookends, right? At the beginning and the end of conflict. And again, nothing like
No,
awful, but just real life. Like, hey, you're
yeah.
not keeping your promises or you're not spending enough time. We have to, find those moments and
And
keep this
people, and I think
relationship.
people can relate, especially when you make it through it and you're
Yeah,
respectful, which we were both times. We found a way to the other side of it. But those are my
exactly.
favorites. Yeah.
Yeah, good. Same. Okay, good. We'll move on to the next question. We've got one. Let's see here. Throughout the series, Cassie and Sam have developed character growth that many of the viewers have connected with. There are heartfelt moments of Cassie being a mom and Sam overcoming obstacles as a doctor. During all of the seasons, what have you both enjoyed the most about playing Cassie and Sam?
I think the fun for me was being the sort of fish out of water from a big city, which we dropped pretty early on, probably because of my accent. But the idea that had come to a small town and was trying to fit in the very beginning when I was opening my office and and trying to get to know Cassie and your whatever you were doing with the tea and all the advice.
Right, right.
But that sort of fitting into Middleton was always fun for me, even to the point
Yes.
where we got married and moved into Grey House. And there was a scene with a bunch of kids running around and all the guests at Grey House. And Sam was
Oh,
like,
I remember that. Yeah.
how am I going to live here with this?
Yeah.
So that was
Oh
fun.
boy.
That part of Sam trying to adapt to Middleton was,
Yeah.
was
Good.
fun.
I love that. Gosh, I've had so many different things. I'm trying to think. I think just us merging together was a big one, like juggling it all. My kid, your kid, how do we not make it my kid, your kid? But we started taking care of each other's kids. And,
Yep.
you were given Grace driving lessons and I was helping Nick. And, just kind of
Mhm.
how we blended and worked out some of those kinks was really, really fun to.
Yep, agree.
All right, good. Next one. Not only does the cast have amazing chemistry on screen, but you both have expressed your appreciation for being part of Good Witch. What do you both enjoy about each other the most when working on set?
You're going to make me sad.
I know I'm not going to cry. I got mascara on.
Well, I'm happy to answer this question. I answer all the time, as you know. It's frustrating and wildly impressive to me how smart you are. And because you can, and this is in no way, and you'll know what I mean as an actor, and I hope other people do too, that if you haven't had time to spend with the sides or the scene, which is not ever your or my fault, we get them very late. And you can show up and do and perform a scene that you have not seen. And I know you haven't seen it. And again, that's not your fault. Sometimes it might be, but
Sometimes, maybe.
generally it's not your fault. And within a matter of seconds, not only is it ingrained, because I know people are kind of fascinated by us memorizing, which you and I both know how that works, but that's not the trick. You've memorized it, but then you act it in literally a turnaround of less than 2 or 3 minutes. And that's really, really hard to do. And that was fun. And that makes my job a lot easier. And there were times where it was also fun to watch. You know, I remember looking at Davey Towers, remember Davey, the camera operator? Because he'd been in the business for 100 years. And you would do that. And after like being it handed to you and never seen it, and then he would shoot it, Davey would look at me and go, "How does she do that?"
So that's really sweet. Well, yeah, I gotta say, it helps that I've been playing this character for 13 years. I mean, it just becomes a part of you. And certainly, if I walked into a new movie set with De Niro or whoever, like I would not be just like, "Oh, let me just wing it." But thank you, that's really sweet.
Yeah, sure.
By the way, I know we did get handed sides late and scripts late sometimes, but you always know your lines. You like, I walk in and I have to hold the page in rehearsal, and after a couple of times I get it pretty quick. But you just like always know your lines, always professional, always on time, and just fun and funny as hell. We had some good times on that set that I will definitely miss.
Very sweet, very sweet. Nice. We did have, it was one of the funnest places I've ever worked.
Yeah, seriously.
Yep.
Truth. Okay.
Yep.
Next question. Cassie and Sam have dealt with hardships during season 7 where their relationship has been tested on numerous occasions. What do you admire the most about your characters' relationship? Oh, ours together, I guess that means. I mean, I think we kind of answered that. Like we get through this stuff, you know, we have difference of opinion on how to handle things. We're different people, but we communicate. Well,
and unfortunately, it's a shame you'd have to say this, but just the respect.
Yeah.
We've all seen relationships, if we haven't been in them, that lack that amount of, just a modicum of respect. And Sam and Cassie, above all, I think respect each other's independence and positions. And even when we're breaking promises to each other, which people unfortunately do, there was just always this basis of respect, even from the very beginning, where we would bend our own thoughts and our own beliefs to at least, okay, this is coming from Cassie, so maybe I should listen. You know what I mean? And that's cool.
Yeah, that's true. As different as our thinking and backgrounds were, we were able to do that, and Cassie was. And
we both did it, And it was so often you could see, we would bend to the other one just strictly out of respect. Say, okay, there must be something to this if they feel this way.
Right.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right, good. There are many iconic moments in the show, from Cassie and Sam's first kiss to their wedding day. Can you share any behind-the-scenes moments that made an episode or season special while filming?
I hate this question.
I can never think of behind-the-scenes moments.
Because I feel like I'm letting down the viewers by not having an answer. I completely understand them asking it. But it's a more serious workplace than people think. And it's not, they see blooper reels. I think they think there's a lot of that going on. We don't really have blooper reels. We have fun, but there aren't, other than the fact that so many of those scenes when you and I were supposed to look good and romantic and were shot at 3 and 4 a.m. That kind of stuff, I think that would surprise people. There was a scene with us dancing on a rooftop in a tux and formal. And it was at 3:30 or 4 in the morning. And it was tight close-ups of lovey-dovey stuff. And, of course, you always do. And I looked like I was 90 years old. And I was like, this is not the time to shoot a romantic scene.
And it was freezing. It was
freezing
like
cold.
Frozen.
Yes. People would be shocked how many of those scenes are shot at 2, 3, 4 in the morning. And you're trying to, So makes. Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. No, the other thing is, like, everyone's tired and it's late and you've got 20 minutes to get the shot. Otherwise, the venue you're shooting at is going to shut you down. So there's a lot of that going on. But within that, we have fun and there's a lot of camaraderie and a lot of coffee. Lots of coffee. Okay, good. Next question. Viewers have enjoyed the deep connections Cassie and Sam have built together throughout the years. Even though the series is coming to an end, Cassie and Sam will live in our hearts forever. What are you hoping the viewers will take away from Good Witch after watching the series finale? Wow.
Now making me nostalgic. I haven't really thought about that.
I know, I haven't either.
Wouldn't you say just the positivity? And not to be
Yes.
goofy, but Middleton is a pretty great place. We've compared it to Mayberry even in the past, because even big conflicts are resolved well, and people generally are really nice to each other. And the way that not to be too grandiose, but conflict resolution in a positive way, respectfully, and everybody moves on with their lives, and when people don't have to be awful to each other, and that's just runs throughout all the movies and the show. And it'd be nice if that was spread, huh?
Yeah, wouldn't that be amazing if every place had a little more of Middleton? I think you're absolutely right. You know, I was reading a lot of the comments on my recent posts as everything's coming to an end, and bittersweet and sad for sure, because Cassie and the Good Witch and everything that represents, the good and the positivity and all of that is coming to an end. But people were like, you know what, we'll always have that. We'll always have the positivity, like seeing the best in people, glass half full, those concepts that I think I hope that they can always go back to.
Yep, agreed.
Yeah, good. Okay, let's see here. Since you both have worked together for many years, to wrap up our social live, let's play a game of who's most likely to Good Witch edition. Choose from the entire cast or their characters.
Oh, either or?
Either or. So you can choose anyone, the actor or the character. So here we go.
Oh, wow.
You ready?
Yeah.
Who's most likely to renovate a cafe or a house?
Actors, me.
Yes.
I'm always renovating a house.
Yeah, perfect.
Characters, George.
George. Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah. Doesn't Abigail do?
Obviously. Yeah.
Yeah. Cat does it for a living.
Yeah, exactly. All right, good. Who's most likely to sail around the world? You.
We can't say Victor. Since it's one of the kids.
You and Victor.
I don't know. I can't afford to sail. I can't afford to sail around the world. But yeah, I don't know. That sounds like something maybe Scott Caballero, who plays Adam. Something he might do in real life, or maybe Sarah and Peter, Sarah Power and her husband Peter. They might, but you and I have too much kid stuff to deal with.
Exactly, too many kids. Okay, good. Who's most likely to have a picnic on the beach? Cassie, for sure.
Cassie as characters.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Mark Ben David.
Oh yes,
I don't know if he would even agree with that, but he's very romantic, and
he is.
Yeah,
he is, and I know he's like he bakes and he's got like a beautiful garden, and I could see that.
He's romantic.
Yeah. Okay, and who's most likely to host a movie night themed party?
Kylie Evans.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. Okay.
Yeah, and then in the show probably Martha.
I was thinking that too.
Yeah.
Okay, who's most likely to transform their house into a haunted house for Halloween? Me.
Yes.
Do that with all the kids. And who?
You and Cassie and Catherine.
Me and Cassie, that's right. Cassie's favorite. Yeah, it's kind of my favorite holiday too. It's pretty fun.
I know you like Halloween. You always used to want Halloween off so you could go home and be with your kids.
Yeah, and sometimes it was on a Wednesday or Thursday, which made it a little harder. But I think I missed one, which is not bad in 13 years.
It's not bad at all.
It's not bad, yeah. So, all right, good. Who is most likely to participate in a running marathon? Not me.
No, not me either. I don't think we have any big runners, joggers, do we?
I don't think so. I can see Sarah doing that. Sarah Power. I don't know why.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know if we have anybody who runs, which is odd for a cast that big.
Right. Maybe. Okay. John Eskena's our producer. He probably.
Yeah, John. He's a big exerciser. That's true. And maybe Adam again. Scott Caballero. Adam, the hospital. I know he's an exercise guy in the on the show. So that character probably.
Yeah, I can see that.
Right.
Okay, who's most likely to start their own business?
God, so many did on the show, right? Stephanie, Cassie,
Sarah,
Abigail.
Abigail. Mm-hmm.
Almost everybody. Sam opened a practice.
Right. Yeah. Kat did as well, right?
Yes.
Joy, right? She kind of started to moved it to town. Yeah, true.
And I've never even thought of that. Almost every character is branched out in business. As far as actors, that's a good question. I don't know.
Yeah, probably all of us. Kind of what actors do, right? It's like.
Yeah, you run your own business every day. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You're the product, kind of repackaging it, all
Yes.
getting the marketing out there.
Yeah, which is time for me to repackage now that we're canceled.
Yeah, exactly. What are we gonna do next? Okay, we'll figure it out. Maybe we'll get to do something together. That would be cool.
That would be great. Yeah.
Something totally different.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, that's all the questions for the game, and I guess that's it. You got anything else to say before we wrap it up?
I don't think so. Just enjoy as all that's left to air the finale, I guess.
That's it. Series finale is that's it. It's coming up on Sunday, July 25th at 9 p.m. So we hope you all tune in and see how everything gets wrapped up.
And then I highly recommend them streaming the entire 7 seasons at some point later.
Exactly. Actually, it's on Hallmark Movies and Mysteries all day Sunday. I think just a huge marathon. So grab your popcorn and your PJs. And
it's a fun finale. And oddly enough, viewers often wonder this. They plan for it, and so there is, I know, a really sweet sort of montage thing. So it's not one that completely leaves you hanging. So.
Right. We did have two versions.
Somewhat, not completely, but
somewhat. Yeah.
Prepared.
Yeah. We didn't know we were not coming back, but there was 2 options. I guess they do that sometimes, and we never know. So check it out for sure.
Because people have asked me about that. It's one of those. It's just going to feel like there should be another episode, and there's not.
No. I think
places. You and I are getting in the limo. And there's some interesting things happening.
Definitely, there's definitely a nice wrap up. I think people won't be feeling like they're like it was a cliffhanger or anything like that.
Yes, it's not surprisingly positive.
Exactly, and so I know you won't be tweeting, Mr. No Social Media. So I will tweet for us, and I might text you, and maybe I can include your texts in my tweeting. So use #goodies for that, and we'll see you guys on Sunday.
Yes, thanks everybody, and thank you for watching all these years.
Bye.